If you need some coins to add some ballers to your team, make sure you go ahead and check out MUTReserve.com. Fast service, great rates, no need to rely on pack luck. Get yourself some coins, buy the players you want, use code SPREE at checkout for 15% off.
What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having another fantastic day today. You can call me Spree and welcome back to another video. Now, last week EA went ahead and dropped the new 50 promo. We got a bunch of cards that have been glitchy throughout the years in Madden. Each of these cards are either the best or one of the best at their positions, and they're going to be cards that everyone wants to add to their team. Not gonna lie, these new cards are expensive. If you're balling on a budget like me, if you're running no money spent, you still want to be able to add these new ballers to your team. So today let's talk about how you can pick up these new 50 players either for free or very cheaply. It is going to be a grind, it is going to take time, but I promise you this is going to work. I have been grinding over the last day and a bit to complete this process so I can show it for you in this video. That's what we're going to be breaking down today. Now, just before we get into it, if you enjoy the video, if you enjoy the content, if you find it useful, or you even go ahead and use it yourself, definitely consider popping down, hitting that subscribe button down below. If you like the video, why not go ahead, hit that like button as well. But let's get into it. Let's go ahead and talk about how we can build these 50 players either for free or at least very, very cheaply. Now, I think we'll start off here in these sets for the 50 promo. As you can see, we have each of the new 50 promo players, and to complete the set, to pick up the player and the power up, what you're going to need to do is go ahead and add 32 of these 81 overall fresh players. Now, if we go ahead and check out the auction house, these cards are going for around 20k, and you need a lot of them to finish off the set that you want to complete. And if we go ahead and look at some of the players that you can pick up from completing the sets, we have guys like Walter Jones only going for around 200k, but if we scroll down a little bit, I have no doubt we'll see some more expensive guys. Jimmy Graham, Reggie White, Nnamdi Asomugha, Reggie Bush, all going for around that 350,000 coin range. Now, what's interesting about these sets, the only way you can go ahead and pick up the power-ups is by completing the sets. That's why these power-ups are so outrageously priced, going for around 300,000 coins at the moment. So like I said earlier, these cards are expensive, but just because you're balling on a budget doesn't mean you don't want to be able to add these guys to your team. Let's talk about a few ways you can go ahead and add some of these ballers to your squad. The first thing we have to talk about is the solo sequences. Now, we have the 50, we have the weekly 50. This weekly 50 will get updated each week, but if you complete all of these solo sequences, you'll end up with 12 of those 81 overall fresh players. Thinking about the fact that each of those cards is worth 20k, that's around 240k just from grinding a few solos. It's going to save you a bunch of coins. Definitely go ahead and grind out those solos. Now, unfortunately, we can only do these solos once, which means we get 12 cards. We're still 20 short from picking up a player. What you're going to need to do if you don't have the 400k to spend to pick up the rest of those players is dive on into these get a player packs. Now, I've talked about these packs a lot in the past. They helped me build Barry Sanders for free. I made a bunch of coins doing that process. We're going to be able to do a similar thing, building these 50 players either very cheaply or for free. I'm just going to dive straight in and I can talk about the process as we go. Now, we just had Series 2, and what happened as part of Series 2, all of the pack odds for every pack in the store were increased, and that includes these get a player packs. With the increase in pack odds, these packs have been absolutely juiced. I've been pulling elites, a lot of high overall gold cards. Right here we get a 70 overall, and like we've talked about in the past, what you're trying to do is upgrade these cards to cards that you can use to build up the sets that you want to do. What we're going to be doing with 70 to 74 overall golds is turning them into these superstar MVP players. So if we get any silver cards along the way, all we're going ahead and doing is putting them into the exchange set. So right there we got a 62 overall silver. We're going to add this to this exchange set. We're going to keep upgrading these cards. Once you add enough cards to the relevant set, you're going to be able to upgrade, get that exchange pack, and then you're going to keep building up. Now, we've just gone ahead and pulled another 70 gold. If I go ahead and put this into the exchange set, we are going to have the 3 cards we need to pick up one of these MVP players. Now, we go ahead and open this up. Obviously, we get a 76 to 78, and we're going to need 8 of these cards to be able to put them all into the set and pick up an 81 overall fresh player. So keeping it really simple, we're ripping these get a player packs, upgrading the cards, turning them into these 81 fresh players that we can either sell and make coins from, or we can put into these sets to effectively build up up these 50 players either very cheaply or for free. Now the reason you're able to build these cards up for free is throughout the process you're going to be able to pull high overall golds that have some really good value. You're also going to be able to pull some of these power-ups. So if we go ahead and look at my auction house right here, we have a Jalen Ramsey we sold for 25k. There's a George Kittle right there for 16k. Aaron Donald, 36,000 coins. How about another 30k for Aaron Donald? What about some big boy pulls like Jamal Adams, like Denzel Ward? While you're doing the exchanges, you're going to be able to pick up these power-ups. You're going to be able to sell them. When you pull the cards that have really good value, you're obviously going to be able to make a bunch of profit. Now when I was making profit, instead of keeping the coins, I was actually using those coins to go ahead and pick up some of those fresh players nice and cheaply. So I was going on the block and trying to snipe them for around 19,000 coins. A quick little recap before we dive into it a little bit further. You're turning these silver cards into these low overall golds. We're going to go ahead and turn those low overall golds into high overall golds, and then we're going to put those high overall golds into this set, building up those 81 overall fresh players we need for the 50 sets that we want to complete. Now I actually want to go ahead and complete that final fresh player set. I want to be able to finish off everything and pick up a new fresh player, fully power them up for you in this video as well. Now power-ups don't have to be the only cards that you're trying to sell. 70 to 74 overall cards that are worth maybe 1,500 coins or more, definitely worthwhile putting them on the block. Any of the 75 to 79 overall cards worth maybe more than 3,000 coins, definitely worth putting on the block as well. One thing I definitely suggest is going ahead and selling the cards using the companion app. Right there we got a gold. That is a gold card that can go straight into the fresh player set. 500 coins for a high overall gold card, I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. Right there, another high overall pull from that 500 coin pack. Now I definitely suggest going ahead, we get a power up, a Justin Reed, Denzel Ward, Jamal Adams. You could pull any of these cards at any time. Definitely keep an eye out for those, but I definitely suggest going ahead and using the companion app while you're doing this. That way you can sell them on the app and just keep ripping these packs over and over again. Now I'm not gonna lie, it takes time. It is a grind. It is not gonna be a grind that everyone is willing to do, but if you do have the time and you do really want to add some of those particular players onto the team, I definitely suggest going ahead and doing this method. Look at that, another high overall goal that we pulled from the Get a Player pack. These cards are coming out really, really easily. Another step closer to this fresh player we need. I wonder if that's the last card we need. We might be just one card away after this one. Is that the final one we need? Is that the final one we need? Yes, it is. 81 overall fresh player. Let's go ahead and open it up. If you haven't seen the animation, there it is. So dang beautiful. Tyrone Calico right there. Now, unfortunately, we didn't pull anything glitchy from those Get a Player packs, but if we jump into the binder, you can see we've been pulling some elites. We've got a bunch of power-ups still to be sold. I pretty much have 20 cards on the block at any given time. By selling these cards, we're making sure we're getting the coins back that we spend from buying these Get a Player packs. Another thing you can do while you're doing this Get a Player method to build up these 50 players, you can put your rookies into the set. Start building up Isaiah Simmons now. We're about 2/3 of the way through. The card still goes for around 250k. It's going to feel real dope when I can finally finish off this set, pocket that 250k. That's even more profit that you're making while you're doing this method. Now, like I've talked about in previous videos, I never want to share a method that I'm not willing to do myself. It has taken time. I'd say I was doing maybe 6 to 8 of those fresh players every hour, so it took me a few hours. I have made a good amount of coins from doing the process. But as you can see on screen, we have been grinding out to pick up this man, Reggie Bush. I am super excited to add this guy to the team. We have 2 final 81 overall fresh players to add to the set, and then we're going to be able to add ourselves maybe the best running back in the game. If we jump on into it, Reggie Bush set reward. We get the power up first, super expensive. We're going to jump on across. We get that beautiful animation, and right there, 91 overall Reggie Bush. Now, like I talked about earlier, these power ups are ridiculously overpriced. If we have a look at Reggie Bush, for example, probably 200k, look at that, 220,000 coins, way overpriced. What I would definitely suggest, go ahead, sell the power up, whether it's 200,000 coins, 300,000 coins, sell it, use those coins, put them towards another need on your team. Now that's definitely going to be the smart option, but your boy doesn't always do the smartest thing. We are going to fully power up Reggie Bush. I'm going to add him to the team. I'll show you what he looks like when we have him fully boosted.
A few moments later.
There he is, our new starting halfback, fully powered up Reggie Bush. If we jump on in and check out his stats, 92 speed, 93 excel, 92 agility, 92 change of direction, 90 break tackle. He also has really good catching, really solid route running for a running back. This guy is going to cause problems for my opponents. Now, one of the things I love about this card, he gets Backfield Master. It only costs 1 AP. There's going to be more hot routes and better catching from the backfield. This guy is going to be an absolute baller. I'm super hyped to add him to the team. Even though it was a grind to pick up that beast, I am not done. I still want to go ahead and pick up Tyrone Calico as well, so I'm going to keep doing this method. I'm going to keep rolling through these getter player packs. I'm going to keep grinding, and we're going to be able to add another 50 player to the team. One final breakdown of the process. You are doing these getter player packs. If you get power-ups at any stage, you are selling them. If you get higher overall golds, you're selling them. You're turning silvers into golds, low overall golds into superstar MVPs. You're putting those MVPs and higher overall golds into the fresh set. Once you get 32 of those, you're going to be able to complete the set and pick up a 50 player of your choice. And I think that's going to be about it for today, folks. As you can see right there, 250 players we've been able to add fully power up on the no money spent team. It is a grind, it takes time, but if you really want to add these guys to your team, and especially if you're running no money spent, you need to put the time in to be able to add these ballers to your team. Down in the comment section below, let me know which of the 50 players you are going to go ahead and grind for. If you've already added some to your team, let me know how they're playing for you. I am looking to go ahead and pick up some more if I think they are worthwhile, so let me know if you think some of these guys are absolute beasts. If you did find this video at all helpful, I would appreciate it if you go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. But yeah, that is going to be it for today, folks. Remember, if you aren't going to put money into this game, you do need to grind. This is going to be a good way to pick up some really good players and add them to your team. Probably make a bunch of coins along the way as well. But yeah, that is going to be it for today, folks. Thank you very much for coming through. Take it easy, everyone. You can call me Spree, and we out.